Hi there! Today in Crafting Swift, we are going to talk about the basic element of the SwiftUI library, and in fact the abstraction that describes all the other graphical components. The view protocol is the foundation for describing the elements that we want to render on the screen. This type represents a slice of the user interface and allows us to apply modifiers to configure the view. In our case, we have a simple content view that contains a vstack, and in it we have two text elements. All of those objects inherit from the view protocol, so they can end up in the content view body. Documentation is a primary source of knowledge for the developer, so let's see what the description of the view protocol looks like. Looking through the descriptive documentation, we see many references and possibilities that the protocol gives us. The documentation is clearly divided, but with a lot of content there are other ways that are easier to understand over the time our code. There is also another way to examine how given framework works. To see the type declaration coming from the SwiftUI library, hold Command and click on the type name. However, when we see the basic documentation on View Protocol, we will discover that this type consists associated type body, which inherits from the View Protocol, and the body variable that refers to this type. Since the body type is directly associated with the same view whose declaration we are in, we can safely conclude that we have the recursion here. So each view can contain another view, which will contain another view, and so on. It's brilliant. Now let's move on to the playground to explain what a protocol with the associated type is. We will do a simple example. Let's declare a box protocol that will contain an associated type stuff and a method that will allow us to put the stuff into a box. This type will have another type that is not specified in the protocol for now. We would like to put the blocks into the box. We are creating a new box for the blocks that inherits from the box protocol. We are declaring a type alias that indicates that this will be blocks inside the box, and implement the method that we declared before. So next we would like to create a pencils that we'll put into the box. We can skip the type alias declaration in a class conforming to a protocol, since Swift can resolve the type base of the implemented methods. It simplifies the code and makes it more clear. The real benefit of associated type is that we can follow the same pattern that SwiftUI uses. And we can put a box of pencils inside a box of office supplies. Have you noticed that a box can currently contain only one type of the item? SwiftUI View Protocol has the same problem, but of course there is a solution for that. We will cover that in the future episodes. Let's go back to our SwiftHTML package. Knowing how the view is constructed, let's find the basic part of the HTML. If you are afraid that AI will take your job, just learn how to use it. Development is continuous learning, and LLM helps us to learn much more faster. I've asked ChatGPT to provide me some information about the DOM tree. In the answer, I got a graphical representation how the HTML structures works under the hood. So we can find that the document is a root of our view hierarchy. We have a bunch of the elements, and at the end we have the text node. All of those components are the nodes. So the base entity for our implementation will be the node. What we could find more is that the elements could contain another elements and another entities, for example the text node. Another beneficial from this structure is the attribute that describes the behavior of the element, so it's connected with the SwiftUI implementation. We know now that the basic structure of the HTML is node. Let's create node protocol, which, similarly to the SwiftUI, will represent the structure of the user interface. There is one more thing. In the future, our elements will be converted to the file as a text format. So let's use the CustomStringConvertible protocol to support this requirement. This simple implementation gives us a description property that will return a string representation of a node. Sounds awesome. We already have a basic unit in the HTML. A node. It's time to implement the next components. The element is a fundamental building block of the web page. We'll find out in the next episode of Crafting Swift how to implement this more advanced structure. If you like this video, give it a thumb up and subscribe. This is my first series about the programming, so any feedback will be amazing. My name is Peter and this is Crafting Swift. Take care!